Hello, this is Tim Smith, the Academic Support Coordinator for St. John's River State College, St. Augustine campus. This video is one of a series designed as a study aid for prospective teachers preparing for the math portion of the General Knowledge Test, a part of the Florida Teachers Certification Examinations. The math portion of the General Knowledge Test is divided into 4 categories of understanding that the state of Florida considers important for all professional educators to master before issuing a professional educator's certificate. These 4 categories are number sense, concepts and operations, geometry and measurement, algebraic thinking and the coordinate plane, and probability, statistics, and data interpretation. Each of these subjects will be covered in separate videos. This video covers number sense, concepts, and operation and is divided into 2 skills. Compare real numbers and identify their location on a number line. Solve real-world problems involving the 4 operations with rational numbers. In this video, we will solve sample problems related to these skills that will be similar to those you encounter in the math section of the General Knowledge Test. Please note that the General Knowledge Test is a multiple choice test, but for the sake of instruction, I have omitted incorrect distractors in favor of solving each problem directly. Additionally, a basic 4-function calculator is provided for use during this test. For demonstration purposes, I will calculate all arithmetic steps without such an aid. The time for the test is limited. Therefore, it is recommended that you use the calculator where appropriate. Which of the following numbers is the greatest? 10 to the 3rd power, 108.7, the square root of 10,000, and negative 1,025. This type of problem is easily solved if all compared numbers are expressed as integers. Therefore, we will first solve the operations for those expressions not in integer form. 10 to the 3rd power is 1,000, and the square root of 10,000 is 100. Therefore, the number with the greatest value is 1,000, or 10 to the 3rd power. Which of the following is less than 1/3? 84 over 231, 6 over 35, and 3 over 22. In each of these cases, if we find a common denominator, then the fraction with the smaller numerator is the smaller number. For 84 over 231, since 231 is a multiple of 3, it is the least common denominator. We need only take 1/3 and multiply both numerator and denominator by 77 to get 77 over 231. Comparing, we can then see that 84 over 231 is greater than 77 over 231. Therefore, 84 over 231 is greater than 1/3. For 6 over 35, we see that 3 and 35 have no common factors, so the least common denominator is 3 times 35, or 105. To solve, we first take 6 over 35 and multiply both numerator and denominator by 3 to get 18 over 105. We then take 1/3 and multiply both numerator and denominator by 35 to get 35 over 105. Now we can see that 18 over 105 is less than 35 over 105. Therefore, 6 over 35 is less than 1/3. Lastly, we take 3 over 22. 3 and 22 have no common factors, so the least common denominator will be 3 times 22, or 66. First, we take 3 over 22 and multiply both the numerator and denominator by 3 to get 9 over 66. Then we take 1/3 and multiply both numerator and denominator by 22 to get 22 over 66. Now it is easy to see that 9 over 66 is less than 22 over 66. Therefore, 3 over 22 is less than 1/3. In which set below are the numbers arranged correctly from smallest to largest? In each set of numbers, the larger and smaller values can be determined if we express each number in the set with the same number of digits to the right of the decimal place. Adding zeros to the end of a number right of the decimal will not change the value, so this can be done to make comparison easier. In the first set, we add zeros until each term has 3 places to the right of the decimal. Since 0.980 is greater than 0.900, the first set is not arranged from smallest to largest. The second set, we again add zeros until each number has 3 places to the right of the decimal. Here, 0.113 is less than 0.300 is less than 0.310. Therefore, this set is arranged from smallest to largest. In the third set, we add zeros until each number has 2 places to the right of the decimal. When we do this, we see that 7.26 is greater than 7.2, so this set is not arranged from smallest to largest. In the fourth set, we add zeros until each number has 3 places to the right of the decimal. Now we can see that 0.061 is greater than 0.060, so this one is not arranged from smallest to largest. What is 3/5 written as a percent? To convert a fraction to a percent, we first must write it as a decimal. To do this, we can simply complete the division operation described in the fraction. So we will solve 3 divided by 5 using long division format. Let's choose to calculate out 2 decimal places. So we will add 2 zeros after the decimal. 5 goes into 30 6 times. Place the 6 and carry up the decimal. 6 times 5 is 30. Nothing is left over, so we'll include the second zero. Therefore, 3/5 is 0.60 written as a decimal. Now, to convert from decimal to percentage, move the decimal 2 places to the right and add the percent sign. 3/5 is equal to 60%. The master gardener for a public garden used 3/8 sack of fertilizer on the lawn, 1/4 sack of fertilizer on the trees, and 1/3 sack of fertilizer on the flower beds. How much of the fertilizer did he use? This problem is simply adding 3/8 plus 1/4 plus 1/3. In order to add these fractions, a common denominator is needed. Once found and calculated into each fraction, one only needs to add the numerators. The least common multiple of 8, 3, and 4 is 24. To get all 3 fractions expressed with 24 as the denominator, we multiply 3/8 times 3 over 3 to get 9 over 24, multiply 1/4 times 6 over 6 to get 6 out of 24, multiply 1/3 times 8 over 8 to get 8 over 24. 9 over 24 plus 6 over 24 plus 8 over 24 equals our correct answer. The farmer used 23/24 of the bag of fertilizer. Of every 1,000 people who take a certain medicine, 0.2% develop severe side effects. How many people out of every 1,000 develop the side effects? The first task is to change 0.2% into a decimal. To do that, we remove the percent sign and shift the decimal point 2 places to the left, giving us 0.002. Multiply this value times 1,000. This can be completed using longhand multiplication, or we remember that when multiplying by a power of 10, we simply move the decimal over, in this case, 3 spaces. 0.002 times 1,000 gives us our final answer. 2 people can be expected to develop side effects. John purchased a jacket at a 7% discount. If he paid $465, what is the retail price of the jacket? To create the correct equation to solve, evaluate the sentence. If there is a 7% discount, then the customer pays 93% of the original retail price. Therefore, 0.93 times X equals 465, where X is the original retail price. Divide both sides by 0.93, and we get an original retail price of $500. In a class of 83 students, 72 are present. What percentage of the class is absent? Again, we evaluate the sentence. If 72 are present, then 11 are absent. Therefore, the percentage absent is arrived at by the equation 11 divided by 83. We will use long division format and add 3 zeros beyond the decimal place. 83 goes into 110 once. Place the 1, ensuring the decimal is in the correct place vertically. Then we write 83 below and subtract from 110, giving us 27. Then we pull down a 0. 83 goes into 273 times. 3 times 83 is 249, which goes below, and subtract again. 270 minus 249 is 21. Bring down our final 0. 83 goes into 210 twice. 2 times 83 is 166, which goes below 210 and subtract to get a remainder of 44. We can keep going until sufficient digits are calculated. For this case, rounding to the nearest single percent is appropriate, so our answer of 0.132 can be expressed as 13%. Simplify the given expressions. These are order of operations questions. In these problems, the rules of operations dictate that we always start inside any parentheses, then complete any exponents. After that, we turn to any multiplication and division operations in the order in which they are written. Then finally, any addition and subtraction operations, again, in the order in which they are written. The acronym PEMDAS is sometimes used to remind students of the correct order. The first expression is the absolute value of negative 8 plus 4 divided by 3 times 6 plus a negative 4. First, we complete the addition inside the absolute value brackets. Negative 8 plus 4 equals negative 4. We can treat these brackets the same as parentheses for the sake of order of operations. Next, we take the absolute value of negative 4 to get 4. Next, we do the multiplication and division operations in order. 4 divided by 3 can be rewritten as 4 over 3. Multiply this fraction times 6 over 1 results in 24 over 3, which simplifies to 8. Finally, 8 minus 4 is 4. The second expression is negative 2 times 4 squared minus 4 times the quantity of 6 minus 2 all over negative 4 times the quantity of 8 minus 13 divided by negative 5. For these expressions, we can treat a division line the same as if every term in the numerator and every term in the denominator is in parentheses, meaning we have to simplify every operation in both numerator and denominator, saving the division line operation for last. In the numerator, we start inside the parentheses. 4 squared is 16, and 6 minus 2 is 4. Similarly, in the denominator, 8 minus 13 is negative 5. The parentheses around the second negative 5 is of no consequence. Next, we do the multiplication operation. Negative 2 times 16 is negative 32. Negative 4 times 4 is negative 16. And negative 4 times negative 5 is positive 20. Now the numerator is left with negative 32 minus 16, or negative 48. And the denominator is 20 divided by negative 5, which is negative 4. Lastly, negative 48 divided by negative 4 equals positive 12. Our last expression is negative 7 times the quantity of 6 minus 5 over 8 times 24 plus 3 times 8 over 3. Inside the parentheses, we can take the two multiplication operations. 5 over 8 times 24 is 15, and 3 times 8 over 3 is 8. Next, 6 minus 15 plus 8 equals negative 1. Finally, negative 7 times negative 1 is positive 7. If you have further questions on this video or wish to attend an in-person FTCE workshop, please contact the Academic Support Coordinator at either St. Augustine, Palatka, or Orange Park campuses. Thank you, and good luck in your teaching career.